Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Once again, I'm Ned from Ned's Tech Bits, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet. U.S. Copyright Office found AI companies sometimes breach copyright. Next day, the boss was fired. Good. 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 Wonderful. Now, there are some big problems with copyright. For example, only recently have we been able to use Mickey Mouse in his original Steamboat Willie form, even though at the time many things that made up Steamboat Willie had been made within the frame of time that if copyright protection was a thing, Steamboat Willie wouldn't even have been able to be made. They couldn't. The turkey in the straw? I forget exactly what it was. But anyways, copyright is so silly. And we need it for certain things, but when we have it going on for as long as we do, it's as if an artist's grandchild won't even have to work. They can just go and do whatever they want with the money from the copyright. They don't have to be good individuals. They don't have to contribute to society. It is, last time I checked for media, it is the life of an artist plus 75 years. Screw that. Technology is moving so quickly that if we don't nerf this copyright, especially when it comes to medication, we are just going to have so much human suffering and death. Anyways, the head of the U.S. Copyright Office has reportedly been fired the day after the agency concluded that the builders of AI models use copyrighted material when went beyond existing doctrines of fair use. The office's opinion in fair use came in a draft of the third part of the report on copyright and artificial intelligence. Now I say, let AI do whatever it wants. Now, I think AI should do whatever it wants because if I have the ability to sit in front of a computer and learn, then I should be able to program an artificial intelligence to sit in front of a computer and learn. Now, if I sat in front of that computer and learned, and the things that I learned made me better at things, that's all me, baby. That's all me. That's good. That's no problem. I mean, is that not just human evolution, survival of the fittest? I mean, there's a time and a place for everything, but this copyright is... Okay, so recently we've had to give up the idea of non-competing acts because it was stupid as hell. You get companies that would make you sign up for non-competing acts when you start, and you forget. It's one of these whatever. And so many people in America have lost their jobs realizing they didn't sign non-competing acts, and now they're a thing. These non-compete acts are gone in many places. Unless you're a CEO, then a few of the laws still exist. But what I'm saying is, it used to be, in the 50s, all you had to do was put in the freaking work. When our forefathers got to Canada, at least, if you were given 160 acres outside of Ontario, if you would be a farmer, if you would work the land, you just had to work. But these days, if you want to get money, it's not like you have to work. It's like you have to pull some Anansi junk. You have to fool somebody. You have to be a predator. You have to be vicious, and more it seems to be getting normalized that you have to be a victim in order to get ahead with this, that, or the other thing. And oh, the victims of the poor copyright holders. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, Google, Meta, OpenAI, Microsoft, all four made donation to Trump's inauguration fund. Okay, that's separate though. That's interesting. But what's the importance of inauguration fund? It's not like they donated him to go for presidency. They donated to his inauguration, which isn't a big deal. Which really isn't a big deal. Now, the termination was surely no coincidence. I wouldn't even be too surprised if this boss was in the pockets of financial interests of this, that, or the other thing, who at the top are the types of people who, instead of going to the river to collect water, would divert the whole river to his house, even if it would screw everyone else over. No, no, maybe this is one of the types of individuals that would take over mayorship of a town or a location and then move the river exclusively to the financial district and the industry district, which facilitated it, and then had that river go through the residential area. That's what I'm saying. That's like, nobody thinks of politicians as being good people, and this guy I consider a politician. And I'm saying that opportunity is getting so freaking thin that we are nerfing our potential if we don't let AI at that sweet data and sweet information. Now, am I saying it needs nudes of my gram? No, no. But the world would be a much better place if these AI bots were allowed in all scientific journals. If you don't know about the science thing, if you want to get into a journal, you have to pay for it. If you want your article in a journal, you have to pay for it. If you want to cite a journal, you have to pay for it. You have to pay for everything when it comes to science. Science is pay-per-play. Everything's pay-per-play. Nobody's out to get you. Everyone's out for themselves. Like, do you know anything about the prison systems in the States and the money that you have to pay to operate the technology within there? Like, it's stupid. They got middlemen for freaking everything. Like, the telephone systems have middlemen. You have to pay extra in order to get onto the internet, onto older machines, and every print that you take, there's like a middleman in there that's making extra money. And is that the way? Yeah, it is the way. But is it working for everybody? No, it's working for the people at the top. It's working for the bourgeoisie. It's not working for the proletariat. And we need to worry about this. The working class is not what it used to be, and I think partly the reason is everybody puts responsibility of the whole network of everything on government and army. We say, army, thank you for making us the way we are. We're a free nation. Thank you for protecting us, army. But what nobody understands is labor had a big to-do about all of this stuff too. Labor had to fight, and the Pinkertons, American financial interests, which I suppose are also working class individuals, were paid to deal with them, but they got beat down. Let's face it, if you're a Pinkerton, you are paid better than if you're a coal miner. I imagine a Pinkerton would be paid very well, because I imagine not anyone would be able to be a Pinkerton. Now, I have a father that was supposed to die when I was about 3 from terminal cancer, and there were these Deadpools that would call, I called them a Deadpool, that would call me up, and it was survivors, basically, or the survivors of the family. Basically, the cancer patients would get together, and their treatment was phenomenally expensive. They would communicate with one another, and they knew that if somebody passed away, they had a list of who their drugs would go to next. And several times I was one who picked up the phone and had to comprehend the situation, to relay the messages, and then understand the situation. And yeah, the stuff gets really expensive real quick, especially experimental stuff. The things that bother me is it seems like there are corporations who have secrets that they're hiding behind copyrights, that if the light was on these things, that if everyone had eyes on, could be used in conjunction with other cures to ultimately eliminate and destroy cancer, any human suffering that might come up. But the nuance of the situations is we definitely need finances in these systems. It just seems like there's way too much money in the hands of the people running these systems when it comes to the recording industry, when it comes to medical, when it comes to all of it. It's just like the folks at the top have everything and the people at the bottom don't. This is a way that we can break all of these change and bring everyone back to equal. If we all had the equal information, there's no way that we can keep information away. Information is free, and we should keep it so. Anyways, that's my rant. That's what I think. And thanks for listening to me, guys. Take care of each other.